Okay, more people joining, great. So as you can see that today I'm going to briefly talk about the critical industry neutral skill. You may have heard about soft skill, but industry neutral skill is comparably a new term or something a bit different than soft skill. But once again, let me confirm that my voice is clear and you can see the screen, right? Anyone can type in the chat box. Although Ashim said yes, but I want to make sure that. So another sample. And type in the chat box. Anyone, could you please type in the chat box? Because I'm not getting a response, so I'm a bit confused that you're hearing me or not.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So let's start. Um, Today we're going to talk about industry neutral skill and the necessity of industry neutral skill and what are those. And I'll talk about a few industry neutral skill I listed. There might be the top skill we can gather. So let's move forward. But for your kind information, that soft skill and industry neutral skill, these two are not the same. There are a bit difference. I'm gonna clarify that. And yeah, I'll talk about a few. So let's take a look in this video. Let me share the audio of this. And just, so this is about the work environment. Let's take a look and then I'll explain this. So both of them are basically delivery driver. So let's take a look here.
I'm just at the checkout. Okay, bye.
Can you hear the sound of this
Would you like
video?
to use your 10% off
Ashim?
discount from Everyday Mobile?
Oh, yes, please.
Take a look. Someone, Amazon delivery driver. This is how they're delivering. What's going on here? Okay, next item. Wow, good delivery. Okay, so this is the fast delivery man. Let's take a look in the second one. Although audio is not necessary for this video, I'm going to explain.
Rick, I'm at work. It's Hannah.
Oh, Hannah, I got you covered, honey.
All right. Thank you so much. Hide it if you can, because it's a present for Jason. In the mailbox or in there. Yep. Under that pillow.
Oh, I'm good. Yeah, I don't have it delivered. I got the wrong house.
Oh, okay.
No, you're good. You got it, man.
I owe you one, Rick. God, I love you.
So what do I got to do now?
Just put it in the mailbox.
I don't want to, if I go around back, he's probably going to know.
Yeah, just put it in the mailbox. I'll be home in a half hour.
All right, what if I put,
Okay, let me explain the video. In the first video, you just saw that how someone delivering and interacting with the customer. In the next video, the delivery man arrived and a lady ordered a surprise gift for probably his relative, but the lady was not at home, so he called and advised the delivery man that don't say my son or maybe some relative. So he lied to the person and then hide the gift. Extremely cooperated. So you see the difference between how we do the job, because both of the job is not difficult. You're simply delivering something. But what do you think? Would you like to receive a parcel in like the first video? Anyone? Want to share something or thought on these two videos? Why the fast delivery man acted like this? Any opinion? Okay, so work might be exhausting, or sometimes work could be challenging, but that doesn't mean that we'll act like the fast delivery man. I'll, I'll try to explain that why human we are the superior and we're the pro in the earth. It's not that we are the strongest animal. Rather, we have some instinct of survival. We have curiosity. We have ability to solve problem and learn new things and deal with complex issues. How about the COVID-19? Like you can remember that how the world together combat the COVID-19. So that's how these are the reason you see that all the animals in this illustration that they also evolved, but they couldn't reach all of these innovations. So that's why we are the superior. We have to mind it. But the thing, as we are inventor and we are solving the problem, does this ability of solving problem and innovating is creating challenges for us? I'll explain or I'll ask two questions here. The first question, has our innovation become a boomerang? That means adversely affecting us? Yes, you can see from the statistics that how AI is going to have big impact in IT industries. 73% of IT industry will be impacted somehow. Finance industry, customer service and sales, operation, HR. You see this statistics. By 2030, AI could replace the equivalent of 300 million full-time jobs globally. That is a potential. You just think that all the big companies, let's say Mercedes, Tesla, they're focusing on autonomous driving car. Interestingly, more than 400 million people in the world, they are entirely, solely dependent on transport industry. And how if Mercedes reveal their automatic driving, trucks, it's going to impact it ourselves. So my question is, our innovation becoming boomerang? Or you can see the next stats, like absolutely 14% employees globally may need to change their career. So it's about a transition. But at the same time, AI has provided some comfort, like 63, according to a OECD study, 63% of employer, they feel more confident using AI in their workplace. At the same time, 60% are worried they might lose their job. So that's some statistics. And then the second question, then what make people successful? What are the characteristics? So what I did, successful in challenging environment, not in typical environment. I'm talking about challenging environment. So I did some web search, some document analyzing, some investigation, and I found out a list of skill that is common among the people who are extremely successful. So the first skill or characteristic, these are not all skill set, these are some human traits, some characteristics of us. The first one is persistence in hard work. Remember, you may do hard work for a short period or impulsive hard work, but it is about persistence, how long you're working hard. Then embracing the discomfort whenever you are targeting to achieve something big, or maybe jumping from one place to another one, you need to embrace the discomfort. Don't be a a comfortable transition. Then accepting the rejection. You're applying for a job, you'll get numerous rejection. You're applying for grant, scholarship, or maybe admission, whatever. There will be rejection, and it is true for everyone, from Elon Musk to the lowest paid person in this world. So that's another characteristics. Then resilience and perseverance. That means, so all of these three basically depend how resilient you are, how elastic you are. Then adaptability, the people sustaining in success. So success could be for short term, but if we want to sustain and further expand the success, it's necessary to have adaptability and getting the new chance and continuous learning. Obtaining a degree doesn't ensure that you are end up with learning, because everything is changing. Technology, the way we do something, process, product, everything is changing. Accordingly, we need to learn new things. Emotional intelligence. This is a common problem in um, job market or in workplace, not understanding self-emotion, self-ignition, at the same time evaluating others, placing ourselves in others' place, and then evaluating others. Effective communication. This is probably, I would say, the critical part of being successful in life. I've seen many students having good grade, but not a bit good in communication. Uh, Alternatively, I've seen students having just normal or average grades, average academic record, but they were extremely good in their communication and somehow they succeed. And sometimes it happens like people are skeptical in communication and expressing themselves. That's another reason. Then problem solving and observing something critically, not from superficial level, a bit deep level. Goal oriented and intrinsic motivation. The people have their own goal and they're driven by that goal. That is called intrinsic motivation. So that is another characteristic of successful people that makes individuals successful. Professionalism and work ethics. It's important to be ethical. Maybe being unethical or compromised can return something instantly, instant reward, but it's not going to work for long run. And time management. So I'm not gonna speak details about time management, but it is important characteristics among people who want to be successful. And networking. Okay, so these are not basically all soft skill or not all industry native skill. That is our topic today. So I'm trying to introduce what are the characteristics you need to personally develop or maybe foster practice to be successful in career or everywhere. It could be your academic journey as well. Um, you can see that this data in the screen that research and surveyors, they consistently highlighted the needs of interpersonal skill or soft skill. So let me clarify here what is interpersonal skill and soft skill. Soft skill are more of personal traits related as a person. You will not learn this typically in a formal learning environment, not from your unis, not from your colleges. You'll intuitively learn this, automatically learn this, following your practice and everything. Rather, industry neutral skills are some skill that could be used anywhere, wherever you're working in IT industry or finance industry, regardless of the industry or your workplace, some skills that could help you wherever you switch, wherever you move. So there's the difference, a slight blurry line between the industry neutral skill and the soft skill. But sometimes some soft skill and industry neutral skill could be overlapped. I'll explain that later. But take a look what the recruiter says, what the executive says. You can see here 92% of talented professionals and hiring manager consider soft skill. So, according to LinkedIn, they conducted a study and they revealed that top recruiters and talented employers, they says 92%. So it's almost majority or all says they prefer soft skill. You can see that 44% of core skill required for a job will be changed in 2025, and more of these will be our personal traits, personal skill. Another statistics you can see here from McKinsey. This is a renowned company. They work with human resources, jobs, workplaces. 61% of executives see adaptability and collaboration. So all of these characteristics basically either soft skill or industry neutral skill. And some more stats here, but I'll not go through all of these. In a nutshell, if you want to succeed in current era, as in previous statistics, you saw that our job is going to be somehow disrupted, influenced by AI and innovation. If we don't build ourselves with proper humanistic skill. What is proper humanistic skill? The ability to solve problem, or maybe the ability to adapt something, change our background. So all of these are, part of soft skill or industry neutral skill. So here we can see uh, soft skill, industry neutral skill, and some skill we can consider them overlapped. So let me first again introduce the internet industry neutral skill. By skills, wherever you are working, let's say you have data literacy or you have digital literacy. So if you're changing your industry, it will go with you, and then you can again apply it. So these skills gives you wing. You can fly with this skill set. So those are industry neutral skill, which is more of focusing career, career and work environment. Rather, soft skill basically our personal characteristics. How or sometimes we define as interpersonal skill, let's say problem solving, creativity, critical thinking. All of these are sort of soft skill. And sometimes it could be overlap. Let's say emotional intelligence. This is a soft skill at the same time. Someone with better emotional intelligence will definitely enjoy benefit in workplace, particularly in leadership roles. So that's why it's an overlapped skill, emotional intelligence. Saying like leadership. Leadership comes with some natural inheritance or instinct, but at the same time, it's uh, could be considered as industry neutral skill. But today I'm going to, explicitly talk about a few industry neutral skill, which you can apply anywhere, wherever you go. You can see that I marked those in the screen text, the industry neutral skill. I believe in today's world to survive, because everything is changing so rapidly, and as a lecturer, as a teacher, we face this issue. Like teachers, we need to change our assessment, we need to change our outline frequently due to the disruptive innovation and the pace we are experiencing this innovation. So in this kind of world, it is important to have a specific skill that I personally believe if you have this, then it could help you anywhere you search, which is ability to learn or self-learning ability. So how to do this or how to achieve these characteristics? I think if we can raise a question or we can determine that what to learn, what is the learning goal, or what can help me to embark my new career, that is the first step. When we are determined that okay, when I need to learn this, then maybe doing some research, study, finding the reliable sources where I can find it. And typically in self-paced learning, when we are trying to learn something, let's say I'm learning programming or maybe a new skill, machine learning skill, uh, apparently it will feel really, really hard. There is no one guiding me. So in that case, it is important or a good strategy to break everything in smaller pieces and engage actively, do some practice, particularly if we can practice, let's say micro learning per day, 30 minutes learning new thing for 21 days, it could be a good habit. Okay. And then finally getting feedback and reflecting on self-learning. So that's the way, cycle, we can practice self-learning. So in this way, I apply this. We can learn anything, whatever the topic is, new, difficult. If you want to know about quantum computing, yeah, you can learn it by yourself. And I think for an adult learner, this is a good industry neutral skill, because when you switch or progress or maybe apply for promotion, it is important to learn new things. After the self-learning, I focus on something called digital literacy, although we are familiar with digital literacy. But the thing I'll try to a bit do an autopsy of digital literacy. Digital literacy typically, appear to us that it is an operational skill, how better we can operate the computer, but it's not that. Digital literacy consists of four different skills. The first one is operational skill. That means, okay, how we can use Microsoft Word or browse internet, that's operational. But information skills, the ability to find information, evaluate, particularly evaluating. If you Google it today, you can find numerous information, large volume. We are living in big data, but the ability to validate or compare the information is important. Then communication and collaboration using the information. How better we are in this competitive world to communicate and send information, sending a mail, convincing someone. That's really matters. And the last one is awareness of digital security. So it's getting, increasingly important. For example, we type password, but now this concept called passphrase. Our university teachers that do not use a password write a phrase. So this kind of skill and understanding is necessary. And consisting all of these, we can say that yes, you are or we have proper digital literacy. So after self-learning ability and digital literacy, I'll introduce another skill called data literacy. What is data literacy? The ability to explore, understand, and communicate with data. That's it. So you may ask a question that why we need data literacy. We're not working as a data analyst or maybe not an business intelligence expert. So why we need that? The thing here, this world is entirely data driven. Whatever we are doing, since morning we're tapping off and tapping on in train, we are recording data, we are moving through the cameras, we are moving through the traffic lights and everywhere. So we are leaving our footprint data. And then organizations or individuals working, we need to understand this data, interacting with the data. So if we have data literacy, what we can do, we can take better decision, or we call it informed decision in our job role. We can improve our personal operational efficiency if we have data literacy. So you can see the way having data literacy, like engage, analyze, reason, and understand. Reasoning capacity, or taking a look deeper in the data, finding the relation and acting accordingly, one of the part of data literacy. And if we have data literacy, yes, I can say that that person specifically will do better in any career, whether it is teaching, whether it is any industry, even any, let's say construction industry. You're working somewhere, if you know about the weather, about the pattern, you hire people, yeah, it can be beneficial. Data literacy. And finally, this is the last one, last industry neutral skill I'm going to talk, which is called AI literacy. So you may know again, Emma asked that, okay, I have AI literacy because I'm using ChatGPT and I can do prompt, and and the way students, particularly right now, using AI literacy is kind of dumb because you are getting caught by lecturers frequently. So we need to have AI literacy. The best part of AI literacy is learning about the AI itself, how the platform works, and familiarity with different application. Because for a particular job, let's say you want to create a video, a specific AI tool is working better. You want to explore data, specific tool is working better. You want to make a cover letter, a specific tool could be better, because if you use ChatGPT, typically ChatGPT write a written cover letter, could be identified. And when you have this familiarity, you need the previous one, which is data literacy and the ethics and responsible use of AI. For example, many people, they entirely transfer their workload, their brain load on AI, which is going to be catastrophic. So we need to use AI ethically and then solve the problem. And finally, it is important as a part of AI literacy to evaluate the output. Whenever we get something, I strongly recommend everyone, when we get the output, we need to read it carefully and then act accordingly. So consisting all of these, we can say that this is AI literacy. So once again, let me wrap up the entire thing, that industry neutral skills right now going to be more sophisticated and highly demanded. And what are those? The skill, if we have that, regardless of industry, we can use it. I explained 4 of the skill. The first one, the ability to learn anything and some steps. The second skill I explained, which is digital literacy, not just operational skill, but the ability to verify and validate information and act accordingly. And I explain data literacy, the way we engage and analyze and understand the data. And the last one is AI literacy. This four is going to be the future, must having literacy or skill for any workforce, any individual in these, rapidly changing industries. So I have just 4 minutes. I'll stop here. I hope you got some new information, and I really appreciate if you have any question, and I'd like to answer those. Thank you so much. Okay, any question? I really appreciate question and your feedback. Anyone got any question? No questions? Okay, so yeah, someone typing. You can type your question in the chat box. So the question how we can develop this skill, this is just about practice and being informed, being very careful about this. You can see particularly the success depends on these characteristics, not maybe how wealthy you are. Have you born in a rich family? Have you got very supportive environment? That doesn't ensure our success. The success entirely depends. So this is kind of exclusive list because I went through large amount of data, blogs, videos, and then I found these are very common. So I wish that all of us will try to develop some industry neutral skill apart from our technical skill or the core knowledge. Okay. Thank you so much, Sanuga, for your response. Any other question? Any curiosity? Be curious, and being curious, one of the yeah, I'd appreciate question if you type even in the chat box. We have still 2 minutes to finish it. So yeah. All good. So this session is being recorded. I believe that we can access this session later. And these are my references here. Here. Okay, all good. Then if we don't have any question, maybe we can finish the meeting, and this session is recorded as so the video will be available in Skill Lab. Thank you so much for joining. Yes, you can get the video, Jahiz. Yes, and I'll share this slide also with the Skill Lab. Here I can see Charlene and Catherine was here. So yeah, right. So this video will be uploaded in Moodle, and at the same time, I'll send this slide to Charlene whether they can share with students. All good. Thank you so much. So now I'm going to finish the meeting.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.